Hello, and welcome to a Fro Go Reviews, and tonight is going to be our first episode of a Fro Go Reviews and the news. What is news? Okay, so if we put it in quotes, it means that it's newsworthy for some, news important for others, not newsworthy for some, but newsworthy for me. So a Fro Go Reviews and the news will be my news. Here we go. We are going live, and we are going to have shows where we are going to present our reviews, our recommendations, and our reminiscing of old, new, and present things that we like. And I have been asked many times in the past, what is it that you like in the music world today? What is it that you like in the movie world? What is it that you like in the TV world? What do you like as far as food is concerned? So today is the first episode of that environment. So we're going to kick this off by doing our very first review. And it's funny because I was committed today for this particular opportunity to one second. To just making sure of something here. There we go. Okay, just checking. So today's first review is of something that I don't like. Okay, so let me explain. I committed myself today to not eat, so that I would eat something. The first thing that I eat today would be something that I'm comparing two things that I don't care for at all. Okay? Now, it's funny because it's not necessarily something that nobody else cares for. There's going to be people who are going to be on one side of the fence on this review, and there's going to be people on the other side of the fence on this review. And I understand both sides. However, what you're not going to understand is that I don't care for either one of these things just as much as I don't care for vegetables and salads and things like that. So, and I'm going to tell you right now that will come in the future. We will have a show that will be dedicated to me eating vegetables, and I've already thought that that's going to be on the docket. One of the episodes will be me comparing certain vegetables to each other, and people will be able to see that live. And I'm kind of scared about that. That's to me, that's like going on a roller coaster for some. But that will be a future broadcast. But for today, it's not that scary for me. Today, and I'm not sure about, and I know I spelled it wrong already, but I'm not sure if I'm supposed to show the particular brand of each one of these, but I'll do it really fast. I'm not anybody on the internet yet, so I don't think it's going to matter too much. But this, I won't. I'll show it fast. I'll show it once, and then from that point on, I'll turn it around and I'll eat it from the other side. So they are chips. Okay, they're chips. And we've got two, again, chips that I don't like. Now, these aren't other like extreme chips. I don't think that anybody would consider these extreme chips like your sour cream and onion, or I think of those as vinegar, sour, whatever those ones. But these are Cheetos. Boom. Okay, taken away. And I know that I spelt it wrong on the thing. I put the extra O there, or H there, but that's okay. I don't care. Or chili cheese Fritos. Okay? Now, again, I'm not going to show the front of each one of these bags anymore in the cast, but I am going to start with, and again, I don't like either one of these choices. I haven't had these are just in the house, and what I was saying earlier by me being committed is I did not eat anything today because I knew that whatever I ate first or second, in this case, both of these things, will be as tasty as it can be because I haven't eaten anything. So we're going to start with Fritos, chili cheese Fritos. And again, I don't usually... These are almost brand new, but they're always the last thing that ends up in the boxes in our house when we buy the big boxes. I think one or two other things, this and these, I don't know. Okay. Hold on. If that's too crunchy, please comment. Okay. I'm not going to have you just sit here and watch me eat for a while, but trying to get the full scope here. Okay. I think I understand that one. Now we're going to go with the Cheetos. I'm going to go with the Cheetos. And my feed should also be set to be able to rewind. So if you do want to start at the beginning of the stream and watch from the beginning and catch up to now as to what's going on, you could always do so. If you are a viewer who is, just wanting a update, just say it on the stream and I'll comment and I'll update you with what's been going on up till this point. And then you could also watch it later. Okay, we're going with Cheetos now. Review of Cheetos. Again, something that I don't care for. Okay, so far, first pass. I'm going to do this kind of like a defragmenter on a computer. First pass through the palette. Cheetos over Fritos. Let's go back to the Fritos. Give it a second pass. And again, let me know if it's too crunchy sounding, because I generally am told that I crunch a little loud. Okay. Okay. So what's strange is the first time through, I didn't have any hint. I was trying really hard to consider a chili cheese dog or something that has chili and cheese together when I was eating it. The first time I ate it, didn't taste any kind of chili. Really, like not a deep feeling of eating chili. This time I actually have a bit of a taste of chili. We're going to finish this off. Okay. $160 calories. Again, the first food I've eaten, and it's 6 o'clock, 6:17. I deliberately did not eat today in order to have the best chance at Fritos or Cheetos of tasting as good as they can. So not bad. I'm trying to think, would I eat it if it was the last thing in the house and I really needed something? Sure. I'm still not diving into the box and clamoring for it. Okay, let's finish the Cheeto. I will say that the Cheetos are harder to hold in your hand, which makes them more difficult to get more of them. I got a really good handful of the Fritos earlier, and when I ate it, that's what actually caused me to actually taste chili. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of pour a little bit to see if that makes a difference with the Cheetos. Okay. Let me get a drink real quick so I can speak. Okay. So first and foremost, I still contend that neither one would be a choice if I had a box of chips. And I probably will do rankings in the future of different types of chips. But right now I'll say that out of the two chips, the Fritos or the Cheetos, I would still take the Cheetos out of the two, although the chili cheese Fritos gave a little bit more of an impression on me because I didn't like them at all before. And I'm talking about 6 years ago when I had some, 10 years ago when I had some. I don't know the last time I had actual chili cheese Fritos on my own, or, obviously I'm not going to have them forced down my throat. So Cheetos out of the two, but Cheetos, the problem is that it has the big brother, in my opinion, of the puffs, and those are so much better than the crunchy Cheetos. So that's why I think they get a little bit more of a negative in that regard. So I'll go Cheetos over Fritos out of these two. And that's my review of basically this episode of two things that I don't even like. In the future, they may be two things that I don't like, or they may be two things that I do like, or both. We'll see. Now on to the next phase of our show, and that is some informative things. Let me let you know, actually, right before we started, there were some actual preparation that I did for the show, and some of those things are leading me to learn new things about how to make things work within the production environment and within the Google world, and just things that are needed for the utilities for the show and for maneuvering around on the internet and making things easier. One of those things is, I don't know if this is known, but if you are a Google Docs user, there is now an extension. I didn't know about it, but there is an extension for Google Chrome to make Google Docs dark mode, which is fantastic for me because I have eyesight that is much better when it looks at white lettering over dark backing. So I am so happy now that in Google Docs I'm able to actually see the way that I want to see, because it's so much easier on my eyes. So just letting you know that in Google Docs, if you have the ability to download into the Google Chrome dark mode, it's really a lifesaver for me. The next part of the show is we're going to go into I wanted to give an outline of what each one of these shows will look like. So first part of each one of the shows is going to have kind of an intro, a monologue, a type of thing that I just went through with the chili cheese Fritos and the Cheetos, some fun stuff. I'm going to be setting up whatever game we're going to be playing, if there is a game involved, and that particular game may be Tetris, Baseball Stars, Super Mario Brothers, any of those old classic games that are enjoyable. And then if we're not going to go into that, there will be interviews as well that we've talked to certain people that are of interest, and I'm lining those individuals up for interviews, and that'll be some fun stuff in the future. People in the music industry, people in the movie industry, people in tech, people in certain parts of our government, places that people just don't really have access to very often. I'm going to try to get them aboard and help out with sending the message and presenting themselves, so that not everybody feels so far away from people who are essential people, essential workers, of course, as well, but people who are close to areas that are in the know and would help out in ways that just by letting people understand that what is truthful and what is not truthful out there, and trying to decipher between the two. Next thing on the docket, what we will be doing in each one of these episodes is, if we don't have an interview, we will be going into our game, and during that game we will also then be reviewing certain topics, and then recommending certain topics, and then reminiscing as we play each one, whatever game we're playing. As you have seen on the description of this particular live, this one has already been set up, so we will be going through those particular things in this episode. So let us get started. Let me bring you off into the other world, and whoop, how you doing? Now we're up here. We are going to, let's see here. Yep, here we go. We are going to be playing the Baseball Stars, and We've played 3 games so far in this season. As I mentioned in the last one, we had to refresh the entire season from the first couple because of new equipment and having to start fresh. So this game we will go with, let's go Ghastly Monsters first. And while we do so, like I said, we will get started on the review process. So... And how this is going to work is these games are going to be played in a manner that, while we're playing, we'll go through this. So it's going to be slightly slower because there's going to be some times when we will have to stop. And, let's put the third baseman as Matt Williams in there. Let's put McCovey in right. And let's put Bonds in left. Okay. Right now I like it. Oh, wait. Let's put Mays in center. Okay. That'll do for now. The batting order will adjust as we go along, but right now we'll go ahead and go with that. All right, so... first topic I wanted to speak about is kind of the change in the format as far as how we're going to go about reviewing each one of our reviewing, recommending, and reminiscing each one of our topics. So first and foremost, the reviewing process was going to be on a per episode basis. There was going to be one thing that was going to be reviewed, such as let's say the getting behind on those. Recommending or reviewing one specific song, one specific album, one specific movie. However, it seems as though the amount of time it would take and amount of research it would be on one particular song or a movie or whatnot would be pretty immense as opposed to me reviewing it and then having you make your decision on something that you want to listen to or watch or whatever. So good play. Had to dive to that one or else he was going to be safe. And I don't want to play necessarily anybody else's music. As you hear on this stream, everything that you listen to is my music. I don't want to play, even though I love... Oh, man, he took off on me and I wasn't even looking. Even though I love some of this music, I love these movies and things, I don't want to step on any toes. I don't want any copyright strikes. Oh, come on. That was terrible. I don't want any copyright strikes. I don't want anything that... is going to go against... I'm going to hit Damien here. I'm going to get him out of the way. Let's go against Jason. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's awful. That's brutal. My third baseman, I forgot he doesn't have any defense. I put Williams at third and I forgot I hadn't put any defense on him yet. So, I'm going to have to work with it for now. Because he can hit. Bad first inning. But let's go. So I don't want any copyright strikes, and I want you guys to actually experience those movies, music, TV series, everything on your own. I don't want to be one who actually introduces you to a song and it's the first time you're hearing the song and I play 30 seconds to a minute of it and it kind of taints it for you. I don't want to be that person. So I am going to present them to you, but I'm not going to be playing them. I'm not going to be, taking away anything from that experience. So that goes for anything that I'm going to be doing here. It's going to, oh my gosh, it's going to be the presentation of whatever it is, kind of in a way of letting you know about it, and please fraternize, buy, please watch, buy the music, appreciate the art of any of these items or things that I present to you, because that's why I'm doing it, is to give you an opportunity to experience those really, really cool quality pieces of art, music, movies, and also food and drinks and things like that I have come across over the years and really, really loved and even new things that I'm reviewing now that I come to love. So bottom of the second inning, 1 out. Let me see here. So we're gonna have this ended in about a half an hour, just so you're aware. So whatever time that is left in the game, or whatever time is left, we're gonna get it done, and we're not gonna start another game if there's not enough time. Warriors Kings at 7 o'clock. That's the reason why, and I'm going to watch the game because it is on TV, so I can watch it. So at 7 o'clock, this will be over. Maybe 1 or 2 minutes after. But let me start by giving you my first music review. And admittedly, the first music review, I can't go past just the start of it without mentioning a new song. Again, I have to, if my first music review was always going to be Leave the Door Open by Anderson .Paak and Bruno Mars. I've already mentioned it on another stream, but I do want to talk real quick about its influence on others. It is a fantastic, great written, well arranged, beautiful song. And it's one that I recommend. If you haven't listened to it yet, please listen to it. Oh, what another great play over there by what is probably going to be Robbie Thompson. Because I don't think Jeff Kent would have got to that. No Hatred, well, a little bit. I was a second baseman, and I know what a second baseman should and shouldn't do out on the field. And again, No Hatred. That is not a hit. Took a hit away from him. My first music review. Oh, he got me. I tried to get it outside. Oh, my first music review in full will be Jackie Greene and the Jackie Greene Band or Quartet. Jackie Greene is an artist who I came across actually within the pandemic. It wasn't a pre-pandemic artist that I knew about. It was an artist that I actually just happened to know one of the others in the band. The guitarist Nathan Dale. We were talking about Nathan Lane last night, and I actually mentioned Nathan Dale's name. Oh, what a good play by the shortstop! I mentioned Nathan Dale's name last night, and so today I did the opposite. So Nathan Dale, who is the lead guitarist, I would say the co-lead guitarist in the Jackie Greene Quartet or Jackie Greene Band, along with Jackie Greene, who is an amazing guitarist himself. And the others in the band are the bassist John Cornell, who's an amazing bassist, and also the drummer Fitz Harris. They all just play off each other so well. They could just kind of get into a room and just jam, and it's enough for for good listeners, like good quality studio or live session listeners to just listen to. And I'm thankful to have both come across Nathan Dale as a now I would consider him a friend, definitely. If I don't know if he considers me friend, but I'm pretty sure that he would. But come across a person like that who is very talented and very good spirit, good attitude, and combines a lot of good things. And then through him, finding that this very good artist is out there named Jackie Greene, who is actually from the area that I currently reside, and didn't move up here into this neighborhood until a certain time, so wasn't into that type of music or into the rock, southern rock, folk, Grateful Dead type of style music. Oh, dang, didn't get it past him. So Jackie Greene didn't come across my airwaves until, again, just recently, and finding that this is just somebody who slipped past me, and kind of being a little upset at being musically aloof, that I didn't have the opportunity to hear this person. Also come to find out that not only did I not know about this individual, but in addition to that, I had others around me who did know about this individual, that knew about Jackie Greene from years and years and years ago, and had kind of not fallen out of favor with them, but hadn't, really kind of noticed any new music in a while. And so it was kind of like a synergetic thing where I represented it as a fresh set of ears on the song, on the music, and this particular era of ears on it, as an excited individual, back at these people who might have heard it before, in a different time frame for them, different headspace for them. So it's been kind of a good thing to kind of to go back and hear some of the early music as well. Interestingly enough, Jackie Greene is an artist who really, really sounds really, really good, along with his band, of course, live. And that is difficult to really mimic in the studio world, to go into a studio and make that live sound. And he does a very good job of it, very good job of the jam sessions, the feeling of being, in the studio with the band while they're making their music. And that's an important part of music, in my opinion, is to really, really get your listeners, your fans, to feel like they're in some ways a part of the process. Going into the top of the 6th inning. This is a long game with this team. I do have a couple new players in the game, so I do have some players that are not up to the level of some that I had in previous games. I'm going to stop there, make him throw, get them to go, see if they'll throw, and yes, look at that. Beautiful. All right, so Jackie Greene, I have to say, a couple of the special songs that I have heard over the years have been by Jackie Greene. I'm going to get to go to third, maybe? No, I'm going to go back. There's been a few that I actually really, really enjoy. Let me see if I can get a hit here. Funny enough, one of the things that I have learned over the short time of knowing who Jackie Greene is he actually is a baseball fan as well. So it's funny that I'm a huge baseball fan, and I hear that he's a big time baseball nut as well. So that's pretty funny to have heard. Some of the songs that Jackie Greene has done live, and also I've heard outside of the live world, have been Gone Wandering. That's a really good song. Oh, the other guy didn't want to come get it. I hate that. Trust Somebody. Very, very good song. Mexican Girl. That's a good one. I Will Never Let You Go is another good one. Modern Lives. I Don't Live in a Dream. That's one that he has played a few times live, and once you listen to it a couple times, it's very easy on the ears, and it's easy to remember. It's kind of like a lullaby in a way. So I really like I Don't Live in a Dream. Tupelo is a really good song of his. That'll end the inning. Doing It Live. That's another good one. And then Like a Ball and Chain. Those are some really, really strong songs by Jackie Greene. There's many others that he's done. If you do, if you're on YouTube, obviously, and you would be in this situation watching me, Jackie Greene is on YouTube. He has his own channel. I subscribe to his channel, and I recommend you do too. Go subscribe to him, and he does some live from backstage concerts. Free concerts. They are value for value performances, which means that if you see value in them, definitely you can send money to his PayPal and pay the artist in any way you can. You could also go to their website, his website, and purchase signed, autographed CDs. Physical CDs, if you know what they are, you could play those in the car still sometimes. Gotta buy them. Okay. So I definitely recommend the Jackie Greene experience. Jackie Greene by himself, Jackie Greene band. But I also do want to recommend Nathan Dale and his. He's a very good guitarist. I don't want to discount any of the guys in the band. But the guitar that I hear out of Nathan Dale speaks to me. I hear it, and when I'm listening to him play, I can hear it. So I also wanted to say Nathan Dale, and then obviously John and Fitz really round out a great quartet. My second review of a new item. So the theme here is to me, new things is the review. The second thing, recommend things, is a recommend something that I know about. And then the third is reminisce. Those are the 3 R's that'll take place in each one of these episodes. So the recommend, or the review, the second review, is the Cobra Kai series. Okay, I don't have enough time in this particular episode of this of Frodo Go reviews and the news to go deep into the Cobra Kai series. I will in the future talk about the Cobra Kai series. I am probably going to review the series when the season 4 comes out at the end of this year or early next year. And I may do some minimal little things here and there, but that's a series that I need some fresh episodes in order to review. I know the series front and back, but my excitement stems a lot from being able to run through it with others, and I want that to be a new experience. I did watch Season 3, thoroughly impressed. Season 2, thoroughly impressed. Unbelievable. Season 1, just an unbelievable series. I mean, I am so thankful for the writers, the cast, for Ralph Macchio. I'm going to go ahead and go get him. I'm going to bring in the lefty D1, give him a chance to pitch to Damien. But I thank Hayden Schlossberg and the rest of the cast and writers and everybody involved. Ralph Macchio. Oh, he got a home run off me. Oh, my gosh. Unbelievable. Anyway, Ralph Macchio, William Zabka, I mean, all of them. Randy Heller, the mom, Mrs. LaRusso. Oh, yes, got over there. Can't believe I gave up a 2-run bomb in that situation. This game's going to go the entirety. I can't believe that. Anyway, So Cobra Kai series, I just want to recommend or review it and recommend it at the same time. The review part of it is because it is new. Recommend is because it is an offshoot of Cobra or of Karate Kid, which is ultimately my favorite movie. I was gonna say one of my favorite movies, but I'll say my favorite movie, just because of what it means in the grand scheme of things. Cerber. So that, oh my gosh, my shortstop has no defense. We'll get a double play. No, is he gonna get over there? Yes, he does. So we'll move on to review. We're going to move on to recommend, and recommend is going to be again things that are movies, music, things like that are kind of older items that are more so things that might have gotten past you in your previous time of watching movies, music, listening to music, and there are ones that maybe you just need a little nudge, and hey, guess what? This is out there and you didn't get a chance to see it. Now, right now on, I'm going to use Netflix as the if you have Netflix, cool. If you don't, you could watch these things in different ways as well. But right now I'm going by a few of the movies and things like that have been on Netflix lately, that are ones that may have slipped past you and you didn't get a chance to see. And also ones that have been on shows and things in the past that are actually on Netflix now that you might be able to catch up on. So the group of movies that I chose in this regard to review or to recommend is Stardust. I don't know if you've seen Stardust, but Stardust is a movie that slipped past a lot of individuals. It didn't slip past us. Oh, I'd strike them out. Oh, good. Whew. It didn't slip past us as a family or as me and my wife at the time, because we actually got. I shouldn't say me and my wife at the time. Me and my wife are still me and my wife. It's just I think it was just me and my wife at the time. We didn't have our son yet. But Stardust was a movie that we actually, when I was working in the retail world, we got somebody who came up to our store and were offering early admission or early viewing screening to see a movie called Stardust. And so we obviously took the opportunity to go and see it. Now, it was our first movie that we had ever experienced in the way where you would go and see it in early like that. That was the first time my wife and I had ever done that. And we really didn't know kind of the whole scheme of things, how early to get there, whatnot. And we got there pretty late. And so I remember the experience there watching the movie was a little difficult, but I really enjoyed the movie. And I've seen it since, and it was one that definitely I would recommend you see. And Stardust was with Claire Danes, Charlie Cox, Mark Strong, Robert De Niro, and Michelle Pfeiffer. Just has a lot of fantasy in it and just a really, really quality movie. Another one, and the reason why I had a bad experience is I was sitting in the front row and it was really, really cramped and it was difficult. But I really liked the movie, so I just wanted to recommend that. Second movie that I got to do one thing. I want to get this done so I can get one more game in. Who is playing shortstop right now? Was that the center fielder, right? 12? Okay. Williams was killing me out there, so let's get him some defense. That's all I got, a 12. All right, well, that's going to have to be enough. Okay. All right, that's it for now for the powering up. All right, so Stardust. Second movie I would like to recommend is Total Recall, the original Total Recall. Quality movie. One that it's one that I really, growing up, fantasy world of going to, going to Mars and what the atmosphere would be like and things like that. It really did kind of get you into that world of what might happen if you were on Mars and the things that what may happen in an oppressed society on Mars, which is funny because these are things that we're possibly going to have to maybe go over at some point, and makes you wonder if the movie came out and then it had inspired somebody else, or if things were being worked on already and people who were working on the movie caught wind of it. I don't know if that's vice versa or verse versa, or not. But it is an interesting movie, and I definitely recommend it. It's Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sharon Stone, and the undeniable Michael Ironside, who has appeared in several movies as the villain. He was in Karate Kid 3 as the bad drill sergeant instructor guy who was at the school. I don't know what he was doing there, completely off his rocker, beating up kids. But Michael Ironside, he is the ultimate in being an angry character in most of the movies that he's in. So you could do a 6 degrees or 8 degrees of separation with Michael Ironside to a lot of different movies. So look up Michael Ironside. Big ups to Michael Ironside. I think he might have passed away not too long ago. I'll have to look that up now that I think about it. I don't want to disparage somebody. In fact, I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to make sure that I'm not just spouting off. Let's see here. Is Michael Ironside dead? I guess I don't want to say it in a mean way. Oh no, this is talking about something about. I'll just do it the opposite way. Is Michael Ironside alive? How about that? That's more optimistic. Yes, Michael Ironside is alive. Good. He's still active. Okay. There was a character actor similar to Michael Ironside who passed away probably about a year or two ago that me and a friend of mine used to kind of go back and forth in my retail world on trying to connect a bunch of actors and actresses together, and Michael Ironside was used a few times. So it was, and so is this other actor. I don't remember specifically the name, but he passed away not too long ago, and I remember. Oh, did he get it? No, but he's going to get thrown out at second. Yes! That's a good play right there. Good job, Willie Mack. I knew it was good to have you out in right field. You got a gun out there. Look at that. Got him off the end of the bat. Oh, man. I almost had it right there. I got to get Hank inside. Beak. Okay. Not bad. Hank's going to let this one go. Dang it. Get him outside. Get him with the stuff. He got him with the stuff. That's what I'm talking about. Got him with the stuff. You got to get him with the stuff. The stuff down. What's up, everybody? I see some more viewers. What's going on? Just to give you a review of what has transpired up until now, and you will be able to watch it later on, is I have done a review thus far of a few different things that are near and dear to my heart at this point. I'll give you a review right now. Let me time this out. The review has been Chili Cheese Fritos versus Cheetos Crunchy, and if I like either one or neither or both. That was number 1. Number 2, Google Docs has a dark mode extension. I didn't know that until today, so I just want to let everybody else know. Number 3, we did I went through what the whole interview process is going to be in the future with live interviews, and those will take place on this A Fro to Go reviews and the news segments. And we started gameplay, and we did a review on the first thing that I wanted to review, which was Leave the Door Open by Anderson .Paak. Please read it or listen to it, watch it, watch the video. And also I did a review on Jackie Greene and the Jackie Greene Quartet and all of their quality music, as well as Cobra Kai. And now I am on the recommend portion, and we have done Stardust and Total Recall thus far, and now I'm on the next recommendation, which is Dolomite Is My Name on Netflix. Eddie Murphy creation, Wesley Snipes, Keegan-Michael Key, and a host of other individuals. Dolomite Is My Name, a great movie, funny, introspective, I would say, too. Oh, he got thrown out at third. I forgot I was playing against the dang Dreams with them guns around the infield. A great, he's not going to make it. A great movie. I love Eddie Murphy in it. As I reviewed before in the past, I am an Eddie Murphy fan. So, Coming to America. Oh my gosh, how did he get him at second? Coming to America, the sequel. Tiny bit of a downer for me, but again, I'm an Eddie Murphy guy, so I still recommend anything that he does at least past a Norbit or a Pluto Nash or a I don't even know some of those other ones, but I have to say that there were some in there, and I'll get into an Eddie Murphy thing at some point, but no, not enough time tonight to do a total Eddie Murphy night, but he will definitely be one of the Reminisce parts of this series. But there were some good movies in that era here and there that Eddie Murphy did do. He wasn't just, a fallen character actor. So, but Dolomite Is My Name, great picture. I definitely recommend that, and that is on Netflix only because that is a Netflix movie. Another one that I recommend is another Netflix movie, Uncut Gems. It also appears on my movies that I want to watch again, because I've seen Uncut Gems, but it's one that I actually would really, really like to watch one more time through. If you've seen it, you know why. I mean, it's got a lot of stuff in it, and it just seems like I kind of missed a little bit. So I want to watch that again. Another movie that I have seen and want to watch again in that vein is The Irishman. Great movie, and long. I cut it up into twos, but very good movie. So I definitely recommend that movie, and I also want to see it again. And it's also available on Netflix. In addition, on Netflix, another movie that I like, and it's one that I would recommend. Oh my gosh, what a cannon over there! Is Superbad. Jonah Hill, Michael Cera, Bill Hader, Seth Rogen wrote it, also appeared in it. Evan Goldberg, writer, and amazing movie. I mean, I'm talking about just one-liners, just funny stuff. It's just the type of movie that just has those type of things in it. Fun to just kind of kick back on type of thing, and just watch it. Those are some of the movies. Also, Inception is another one that appears on my quality movies that I do also want to watch again. Not just quality movies, but movies that I do want to watch again, and will do on Netflix. Also, I just want to mention, if you haven't seen, and I don't want to take away any of future episode content, but if you haven't seen Black Mirror, that's one to watch too. Black Mirror on Netflix is one to watch. It's just got some really, really quality writing. it does scare the crap out of you if you really, think about some of those things and how, likely some of those things that they talk about on Black Mirror are that can be done. So definitely recommend it though, because the writing is high quality. So next is going to be the Reminisce portion of our show, and that is going to normally be individuals or teams or both. Get out of here. Yes. Individuals or teams or both that I'm paying homage to as my mentors, or individuals or teams that I really would like to honor. And this week in this episode 1, I am going to make it as broad as possible with a get over his head. Yes, with an homage to Bay Area sports in the 80s, 90s, and the present. This will be really a broad stroke of what you're going to hear in the future about some individual athletes and people that I grew up being around and looking up to as mentors, starting with the mid to late 80s and early 90s San Francisco Giants and their teams that it featured. Come on Giants, hang in there, because they had just lost 100 games. And the We Gotta Like These Kids Giants that had Will Clark and Robbie Thompson and the youngsters that were coming up through the minors. Mike Krukow was on those teams. All of the teams that came up during that time, if you were out at those games, you kind of knew, if you saw somebody else out at those games, that you could turn to that person and say, yeah, you're somebody who I know is a Giants fan, because it wasn't somebody who was out there trying to hobnob with anybody in the corporate world, because Candlestick Park wasn't a place that you took your event planner or your person who was a corporate person. Even the boxes that normally would be like the sought after place to bring people in a venue were difficult to even sell to corporate sponsors and things like that, because getting in and out of the parking lot was still a problem. Even in the easiest parking lots, it wasn't a place. Yes, look at that, Will the Thrill. That's what I'm talking about. I needed that so bad. And also, you could close those windows in the suite, the box suites or whatever, as much as you want, but there was still something going on there as far as wind and stuff like that. Get inside. Get inside again. Get inside again. Ooh! All right. Are we going to end this with Joe striking out on the outside corner? We are! Boom! Strike 3 at 7:04. Beautiful. So we end this game with a 10-0 win. Bonds and generic third baseman, hit bombs. A 10-0 win. That's a quick win. That was a good one. I'm going to go ahead and give Williams some more of his... give him some defense here. Yes, 5 of them. Good. And then we'll give him some prestige to give us more in the future. So Williams is set. Williams now has defense, hitting, running, batting. We'll give him luck and prestige in the future. Prestige first, because you want to allow your team to grow more based on fans coming out, and the more prestige you have, the better, the more fans come out, and the more money you make. So again, I'm going to go back to here. Don't leave yet. Look at this. Woo! Hi. So, again, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining me for the show. And the end of this show is going to be me talking a little bit about the individuals, the teams, like I talked about. Will Clark, all the way up through Buster Posey, the San Francisco Giants have been the number one team for me. So in future episodes, you will hear a lot more about the San Francisco Giants and some of those random players who may or may not have been household names, may have been on the team for a couple weeks. And you won't even remember that they were on the Giants. We'll also be talking about the Golden State Warriors. I was a fan all the way back in the early 80s when my dad would take me to the games and we would sit in whole sections by ourselves, me running back and forth, and there was no people in the whole section. Terry Teagle, Purvis Short, Pace Mannion, whose son now Nico Mannion is on the Warriors, all the way to Tim Hardaway, who is my main go-to when we're talking about growing up as a Warriors fan, and then up through now, including my now who I see as one of the on-court and just in the limelight people who makes the right decisions in Steph Curry, Klay Thompson as well. All the individuals have been great people to look up to. And then the San Francisco 49ers, 80s, 90s, up through now. I'll be talking about Jerry Rice. We'll be talking about Steve Young, Joe Montana, Fred Dean, all these individuals who were really, really instrumental in the early times of me watching sports in the Bay Area and Northern California. And then finally, I would also like to take a moment to pay homage to the late, great Pat Morita, who portrayed a character so important to, I think, a lot of people. Pat Morita as Mr. Miyagi is such a good mentor, a good jumping off point for a lot of individuals to use as kind of how you want to center yourself. And I would love to, have everyone show your support for Pat Morita and love for Pat Morita and watch The Karate Kid. Watch the new Cobra Kai series, and support the entire franchise, because the people who are running the Cobra Kai series now really have the best things in mind for all the people who have been involved in Cobra Kai series. So finally, I did want to go over some small discussion. There's going to also be in the webisodes. There's going to be a little portion called Stop, Look, Listen, and Learn, which is an educational moment where something important or obscure or obscure will be talked about. I am not going to talk about that today, but I just wanted to tell you what the format will be in the future. Next thing is going to be Hella Hellos. I am from the Bay Area, Hayward, California. Hella started there, so big props to Hella and the word Hella and where it started, and big ups to all of the individuals who I grew up with. I want to say Hella Hellos to everyone who I grew up with, and I'll be giving you individual Hella Hellos in the future. And this will be the portion of the episode that will occur in the future. NorCal news, I did want to go over that real quick. NorCal news, Warriors trade deadline was today. The Warriors traded Marquise Chris and Brad Wanamaker, Brad Wanamaker was not going to have any kind of bearing in the rest of the season, as he had fallen out of the rotation. Nico Mannion had picked up the pace and is now the backup point guard along with Jordan Poole. So he was not going to play very much at all. They were able to trade him away for cash, which frees up a one spot on the roster. And then they also were able to trade Marquise Chris for a player who will not be on the roster, Katie Lalane out of UMass. He is playing overseas. He will not be on the roster, which means that the Warriors now have two free roster spots, which is really important because the buyout time period just started, where now a lot of the teams are going to start buying out players, which means that gives the Warriors 2 free openings on their roster. One opening that wasn't going to play this year, which was somebody who was hurt, Marquise Chris, who was hurt for the rest of the year, and one who wasn't going to play anyway because he had fallen out of the rotation. So they made 2 really good trades, in my opinion, which is going to free up 2 spots to actually pick up maybe a guy like Andre Drummond, maybe a person like LaMarcus Aldridge, somebody who actually hasn't, didn't get traded and is going to be bought out by their current team. So really good trades by the Warriors to free up a little bit of space on the roster for that. Finally, in the future, we will go over national news briefly. It won't be there won't be any politics involved. It'll be based on stories I care about. It won't be very much time unless we go into a lot of chat about it. Then there will be more discussion about that. But this is going to be similar to a live news program, interactive with my viewers. And then finally, we will have our outro and a brief group discussion. And that will be the end of each one of our episodes. So I just wanted to go over the format with everyone, how it will work. Each one of the episodes will follow that same format. Again, the interview process will be early on, and we'll probably include the rest of I'm just getting my mind off it. Will be the rest of the I just lost my train of thought. But anyway, thank you, Matt. I appreciate that. I am trying to improve on this as much as possible and make this somewhat enjoyable for everyone. And so in the future, we can cut it up, have somebody cut it up. I don't know who it is, maybe Robert, somebody like that, to cut it up and edit it and then take the pieces and move where we need to move. Whether it's the chili cheese fries versus Cheetos, whether it's the whatever it is, like I said, I'm gonna eat vegetables in the future, and you're gonna get to see that live on camera. I'm sure my mom will want to take part in seeing that happen. That's almost gonna be like Fear Factor for me. I mean, that's how much I do not watch or I do not eat vegetables. So if you I eat raw carrots and I eat corn. I guess people don't consider corn a vegetable, but I'm going to call it a vegetable because it's something that I grew up not liking too. But I am going to do my best to make content that everybody likes and cares about, and hopefully a lot of the things relate to everybody in some way. And hopefully the discussions that we have on this stream are fun and engaging, and we're able to kind of bounce ideas off one another. And in some cases, it's my stream, but in some cases, good negative feedback is okay sometimes when it comes to if I say that chili cheese Fritos are gross, which I kind of do, but they actually, like I said, they were a little bit better than the first time I ate them a long time ago. But if I say that and somebody comes on here and says that chili cheese Fritos are the bomb, cool. I don't want you to be hesitant in telling me that I'm wrong as far as chili cheese Fritos, because those are opinions. And versus, when we're talking about versus things, when we're talking about comparisons of things, whether it's this song or that song, or this album or that album, or this donut or that donut, it's opinions. I am just trying to relay my opinion to you. If you like my opinion, cool. It's just usually that when I buy something and I eat it, other people end up saying, ooh, what's that? That looks good. And then they eat it too. And then they say, thank you for recommending that. So I want to do that for everybody. I want everybody to be able to experience the things that I like. And hopefully that's something that you get from my videos. I am going to bid you adieu now. Thank you for joining me. If you didn't get a chance to watch the entire thing, just rewind to the beginning. I played 2 games on this one against the Ghastly Monsters and one against the American Dreams. I am going to... That's the one thing I'm afraid of. I'm just afraid to eat vegetables, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work. It'll be a couple episodes in. Because that'll be the one I'm most. It might be the last the series finale, or it could be the cliffhanger going into the second season. We'll see. That'll be my way of having a second season is that if people want me to eat vegetables, then they have to tell me, and then I'll eat vegetables. So again, I'm thankful for the start of this webisode series, I guess, this vodcast. I don't know what it's called, but I'm going to be more frequent with it. I got my entire layout of the show. That's how it's going to work. If you do have any kind of feedback, positive or negative, let me know. You can contact me here when you're watching. I'm sure that I think the comments still work. I'm assuming so. I'm assuming so. Or a Fro to Go Reviews is available. Let me do a couple things here for you before I go. We have... Oh, here it is. that would be... Kristen would love a small little swing of things like that. I'm sure my mom would too. But I am going to start with donuts because it's a lot more enticing for me. Oh, there it is. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to drop this right here. Compose. Oh, okay. So again, it is, as you can see on the, actually, I have to tell you, there is one small change on the, as far as when you're sending a Gmail, because it wouldn't let me do a Fro to Go Reviews the way it's shown. So it's a fro.2.go.reviews@gmail.com. So as you can see, instead of the 2 and the G and the O being together, it's the 2 and the G-O are separated by a period in the email because that to go wasn't available in the email part, so I had to do it the other way. So if you want to email me with any kind of ideas and stuff like that, that's another way to do it. Obviously, those that are going to be on here are going to have most of my personal information as well, so you can contact me anytime. So other than that, I'm going to let everyone go so we could go watch the Golden State Warriors and Sacramento Kings. This should be actually a pretty good game because both teams are, the Warriors are a 500 team right now. They're still trying to find themselves pretty much. The Kings are a team who is, they're right now they're finding themselves year after year. And Luke Walton's a good players coach. He's the type of coach who actually this team could use, who could get them to the next level if they're patient enough with him. But that's the problem with basketball nowadays is not a lot of teams and areas are patient enough to allow teams to take their time and cultivate talent and things like that. So hopefully, the Kings are, stay a quality team for, or get into that quality area as we progress here. I'm putting them on right now. And so for you guys, thank you again for joining me. Again, if you've watched the multiple seasons, or I mean multiple shows so far, please let me know if there's anything more improvements. Again, I have the scroll on the bottom. In the future, there's also going to be some breaking news scrolls down here. If there's anything that happens that I find out about that's important, like avalanches or volcanoes or earthquakes and things like that. If I come on here and I say and there's something that we need to discuss, I'll put it on a scroll and we'll put it down on the bottom so people can know about it as well. Should be a good game tonight. Hope everybody has a good rest of the evening. And tonight this will be my live for today. But I may start coming aboard and being live more frequently. Like maybe once every other day. Maybe it'll get down to the once every evening part, depending on obviously other factors. But we'll see. Go Warriors. Go Kings when they're not playing the Warriors. And I'm always looking out for the Kings as a team that is trying to be up and comers, because it's always good when two teams that are in close proximity are both competitive, because it means that the fans really need to think about who it is that they're following. They need to, and who, if you have a team, a fan of your team, that you are they're real, because they have two to choose from, and that goes from with college and things like that too. So it looks like we're 5:51 left in the first quarter, and the Kings are up 19-13. I will not do play-by-play for the purposes of not getting a copyright strike. So I will again bid you adieu. Let's go watch them Warriors and Kings, and have a good evening, and I hope to see you either later maybe tomorrow or the following day. You guys take it easy and have a good one.